Let the Hunger Games begin. Ah, fucking hell, what a chapter this was. I was really looking forward to seeing Roger and Garp to team up and defeat Rocks, but I guess we are all blue-balled in a classic One Piece fashion. Before going into the chapter, I really want to discuss this cover page of Zoro. Maybe Zoro got lost again in a forest and decided to play a musical chairs with a bunch of chihuahuas, which I don't know why he did decide to play it, but I guess he lost. Zoro, me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect from this creature. Really, just look at him. By the way, I love dogs, I just really get annoyed by chihuahuas. They seem to piss me off quite a bit, but hey, that's beside the point. Enough with the chihuahuas, let's get right into the chapter. Chapter 1096, Komachi. If the fucking Hunger Games was not enough, the celestial pieces of shit had to call the poor innocent people who are gonna get slaughtered a bunch of rabbits, which is just sickening. So they are announcing the brief details of the game, that there are a total of 150 rabbits and 13 super rare rabbits. Each of the rare rabbits are worth 10,000 points, and if you unalive them in a cool way or just basically one-shot them, you will get extra points, which is something I never thought I will read outside of a video game, but here we are. One Piece, the goofy story. After that, we get a panel of Garling and the other God Knight just arguing between themselves on how they are gonna win. And we also learn about a new family of celestial dragons, which is the Myanmar, which I couldn't give less of a shit about. They also have a really saddest way of starting the hunting game. They let all the people run away so that they don't kill all of them immediately. Then we cut to the Navy headquarters where Kong is ordering Garp to go to God Valley so that they can protect the pieces of shit, but Garp is on a vacation, so he's like, I'm not going. Garp is just chilling on an island in his Hawaiian outfit, vibing. But as soon as he hears that Roger is also heading there, he's like, pack my shit up, I'm going straight for God Valley. Now, if you think about it, the situation is really tensed for the Marines because two of the most powerful pirate groups in the world are going on an island full of celestial dragons. So that kind of makes up for why Kong is so stressed out. Also, Garp mentions that one of the celestial dragons have stolen the treasure of the pirate island Hachinosu, which is probably one of the devil fruits that they are handing out as prizes for the winners. Then we cut back to the God Valley again, where Ivan is telling all the slaves that they are going to get killed in 3 weeks. He also states that the celestial dragons are just lying to them, as the survival rate has always been 0 from the beginning. They are just giving them hope, as it is not fun to hunt someone who has already lost his will to live. These disgusting creatures are just straight up sadist. They just go below and below. I don't know how low they can go. Anyways, Ivan basically explains to the slaves that there is no point in playing their rigged game, so they will need to escape altogether if they want to survive. Seeing Ivan lead all of these hopeless people ever since he was so young does put a smile on my face, because we all know that Ivan is still the same person, still giving hope to the hopeless people, or should I say liberating the hopeless people, even in Impel Down, the greatest prison in the world. But the MVP of the God Valley incident is not Ivan. Surprisingly, it's Ginny, as she was the one who leaked all of the information to the outside world. The information is mainly about mainly that the celestial dragons are gonna be here with some of the rarest devil fruits in the world. Those fruits include the Ua Ua no Mi, which is Kaido's fruit, and the Paw Paw fruit, which Kuma ended up having. But getting these fruits from the celestial dragons was obviously not easy, so he needed a decoy, and Kuma volunteered himself to be the bait, as his size and bulkiness will help him survive longer than the most, and he hate to see anyone die. Man, he's such a good person. I'm gonna wall my eyes out if something bad happens to him, which is probably gonna happen as he has headed to Egghead Island, where Saturn is just standing in his demon form. Also, I'm guessing this is where Ginny starts to fall in love with Kuma, seeing how nice of a person he is. Then we cut to the outskirts of God Valley, where Rox has arrived, and now, even though we don't see him, his energy and excitement feels a lot similar to Roger and Luffy, like just going into the battle head first. I mean, he is a D, so maybe that's the reason why he feels so similar. Anyways, then comes my favorite panel of the chapter, which is this. It has so many characters who are in their prime, except Kaido, as he is a rookie. In this panel alone, we see Whitebeard, Stussy, Gloriosa, that old lady from Amazon Lily. Apparently, she was also a Rock's crew member. Who knew? We also don't see Shaki, which is kind of weird, but maybe we'll find out later. Then we also see Golden Land, Shiki, Big Mom, Kaido, and Susan too, who was Big Mom's cook, which I didn't notice at first, but later found out. I was like, what the fuck is he he doing there? And 4 more characters we don't know much about. So there is a character in the background who is jumping, who has the same weapon which Blackbeard had when he was a kid, making me wonder if there is any connection between him and Blackbeard, as Teach was the one who begged Whitebeard to let him join his crew, which actually would make a lot of sense if he was the son of a pirate who was in Rock's crew as well. There's also one funny scene where every character is having their cool dialogue scene and Kaido is the only one who gets interrupted because he's a rookie. Who knew that rookie would turn out to be one of the Emperor of the Sea and be called the strongest creature on the planet, and will also feed thousands of innocent people smile fruits and kill one of the best characters in the show by boiling him alive and shooting him in the forehead. Sorry, I had to let it out somewhere. It's okay. Then we cut to Celestial Dragons doing Celestial Dragon shit, but who gives a shit about them? Here comes Roger, and he is wearing the straw hat. He looks just like Ace. Garling orders the God Knights to prepare to defend. Everyone is going insane at this point. They don't know what the fuck is going on. Roger and Rock are on this island. Just when everyone thinks that they are done for, Gabs arrive, giving hope to the rest of the Marines. Because of all of these ruckus, Ivan and Kuma managed to get the hold of devil fruits, and Ivan was this close to eating the Ua Nomi and become a full-on big-head dragon. What a story that would have been. A big-headed dragon just destroying Impel down, but then also Luffy would have probably died without Ivan's hormone fruit, so I guess things worked out either way. As Big Mom stops Ivan from eating the fruit, Ivan immediately tells Kuma to eat his fruit, as this is their last hope and resort. So Kuma just eats the fruit, but then the bitch Saturn hits Kuma and says that you can either live as a slave or die. Then Kuma said something that gave me chills. He said, I don't understand how someone can be born more or less important, which is something that parallels to our real world too. Anyways, so Kuma continues his speech on how he will save as many people as he possibly can, just like Nika, which pisses the shit out of Saturn. Then we cut to the Sorbet Kingdom where Kuma was born. So basically what I think happened was, after encountering Saturn, Kuma, Genie and Ivan somehow ran away and ended up saving more than 500 people with the help of Paw Fruit. And Ivan even says that Kuma's hand are the hands of liberation. After staying with Genie and Kuma for a while, Ivan decides to set out to sea to enjoy his freedom, while Genie decides to stay with Kuma. Then with using Kuma's strength and Genie's mind, they both start selling wood to make a living. There is also a panel where 2 kids are trying to bully Kuma, but Genie beats the shit out of them, which is quite funny. By the way, Kuma heals both of them because he is Kuma, and the kids which Kuma heals are the ones who end up being Bonnie's crew. All of these small details are the things that make One Piece. And lastly, the chapter ends on an emotional note where Kuma and Genie finally eat until they are full, and they end up crying out of joy because they are finally free and happy. We are only gonna go down from here. Oh man, Oda Sensei has been dropping bangers left, right and center, and there is no break next week. Honestly, I wanted to see more of the God Valley incident, but I guess that's all we are getting, which is still more than enough. I'm telling you, after the backstory is done, Kuma is going down to be one of the most cherished character in One Piece, because we all know he was not a tyrant, he was just being framed by the world government. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any theories or questions that you want me to cover, tell me in the comments. Also, thank you so much for 15 subscribers. I really appreciate you all for supporting me. I'll see you guys in the next one.